What's going on, everybody? I'm here with Mr. Steve Fisher. Jeff's not here to do the...
He can't do the hand flippy thing like he always does.
And yeah, we're hanging out up at Midwest Industries, checking out the shop. What's going on, Steve?
Not much. I was down in McHenry, Illinois, teaching a low light class in some indoor range. It's about an hour from here. So I said, hey, might as well stop up, see the guys, run into you dudes, talk about stuff. Come into my rifle sponsor shop and see all the goodness that they've got, because I haven't had a chance to actually physically get in the shop yet. And I know Jaeger has, so I had to, just because, well, you know, if Jaeger does it, I got to do it. Hey, James. But yeah, you know, we talked about the Sentinel Concepts rifle a little bit earlier that we've come out with this year. Pretty great gun. We're excited about that. I just wanted to really get in and give the viewers an overview of everything that is in the shop, which it is a ton, between optics mounts, AK rails, SCAR stuff, everything for the AR platform that you can imagine, AKs, Tavors, AUGs, you name it. If you've got a gun, they've got an accessory for it.
No, I think that's real cool that you can come in here, kind of get your hands on the stuff, check it out. I mean, a lot of this stuff we always buy online, so you really never know what you're actually getting. That's why we recommend, you know, going to classes, being able to try stuff out. But it's cool to have stores like this that you can come to, see the products in-house, and yeah,
you know, it's nice because you actually get to see the people and talk to the people that build it and really get to know them as well. The product, you know, firsthand knowledge of it. They can walk you through it, explain it, talk to you about all the options, because it can be overwhelming at times, especially for dudes that like to build guns or just modify their guns. They're like, do I get this rail? Do I get that rail? Do I get this piece? What does this piece do? And just to get to meet the people behind the product is even better. You know, it's a great company. The people are 100% solid. I love working with them. They're just good, down-to-earth humans. And then you get to play with all this cool stuff.
Right.
Why wouldn't you?
Well, let's take a look at some of the stuff around here.
All right, let's go for a walk. So, my favorite thing, rails.
The wall of rails.
The wall of rails, right? So, everything from Gen 2, Gen 3, the G3K series, it's all here. You know, depending on what you want, two-piece handguards, you know, if you want to modify your old Colt 6920, you don't want to go ripping the barrel apart and you're still running a Delta ring gun, great, we have those. So, you know, I come in here, I'm like, oh yeah, cool, I need one of those, drop in two-piece. Easy enough. But then the beauty is you start looking at it and going, man, I'd really like to have a 10-inch rail or a 12-inch rail. And it just keeps going on and on and on. And variety of colors from, you know, black to a gray to a, you know, a tan color. And what you have the beauty of is I can go standard pick rail. Great. Dudes still like pick rail. Nothing wrong with it. I can turn around, swap that out, go to one of the traditional bolt-on ones where I can just attach pick rail to wherever I want. If I don't want it on all four sides, cool, I get a slick one, add it to where I want. And then as we start progressing down the line, we start looking at all this stuff and we go, cool, now we're into key mod. You know, latest and greatest, couple years back.
Right.
You know, good product, dudes like it, that's awesome. Then we get into my favorite, M-Lock. So
the new hotness.
The new hotness. You know, what I feel is probably the most superior rail mounting system and accessory mounting system on the market right now is M-Lock. The strength is unprecedented, bi-directional, absolutely awesome. So the beauty is you walk in, you have an idea in your head of what you want to start with, and then you look at this wall of awesome and you go, okay, so I started with this idea, now I want to change it out and go to this, you know. So it's as unlimited. As we know, the AR is just like the tactical dress-up Barbie of the gun world. You can change it every week into something completely different just by swapping the rails, swapping the mounts. One thing I think that gets overlooked a lot by dudes is the optics mounts. That's something that I'm pretty huge on.
Yeah.
They've got to be solid. They've got to be adjustable. The other thing that they offer a lot of is bipod mounts, backup sights. You know, there's just, the accessories are just unlimited here. It's whatever you can imagine, you can dream up, you can build here. They have it. So that's personally why I like it. It's a one-stop shop for me, from muzzle devices to optic mounts to rails to sling attachment accessories to backup sights to muzzle devices to, you know, light mounts. It's all here. Plus rail covers. I don't need anything else. You know, this is it. One-stop shop.
Well, I mean, Midwest is known for being super affordable, awesome quality, and they're right here in our hometown of Wisconsin, too. So anytime we can support local people, we like to do that as well. I mean, yeah, like you said, just the wall of rails here. I mean, you got stocks, you got muzzle brakes, pretty much anything you need to start and finish an AR in one spot.
Lower parts kits, it's all here. It's like, I just want to start building guns that I don't even need. I just want. It's like I just want to start going through the aisle, start grabbing stuff, and put something together, which I'm probably going to do before I leave.
So, Steve, we're standing here in front of the wall of rails. What's your favorite rail?
Wow, that is a big one. For me, it's going to be, depending on the gun, generally it's going to be like the 12.5 or the 15-inch M-LOK rail. Two variations of it. One is the light that has no pick rail across the top, but it still allows you the option of mounting a section of M-LOK pick rail to it if you do decide to put like a laser or some other, thing that you need on top of the gun. Mainly it would be a laser. That one for me is one of my favorites. The other one would be the M-LOK with the pick rail across the top, because I do run a lot of lasers. I obviously do a lot of NVG stuff, so I run a lot of that equipment on the gun. Generally, I think it's probably going to be that 12-inch free float M-LOK Gen 3 rail. I like that one a lot. That is my personal favorite. It has the most mounting solutions going completely around the gun. So if you need a special need of putting a vertical grip, a light, a laser, a bipod, whatever else you want, that's the rail to go with personally. I also find that the 12-inch rail really fits the bill well for me with lasers because of the rigidity. And so when I'm pressing into barricades or doing some other tasks where it forces me to go in a supported position, it doesn't have variance in the laser because of the stiffness of it and the rigidness, versus where you can get that with like a 15-inch rail because you get longer, more leverage principle on it. So to me, I think overall the 12 is probably the best overall rail to go with for general purpose use.
All right. Another thing Midwest is known for is their optic mounts. Can you touch a little on that, Steve?
Yeah. As the viewers saw in the earlier video this year that we did with the MRO testing to see where it was, this is the guy right here, the mount that survived the drop test onto the concrete, off the shooting tower, onto the gravel. About the only thing I didn't do is run it over.
Broke Jeff's gun.
Broke Jeff's gun, which was really cool because we actually broke his upper receiver. And I was talking to Troy at Midwest about him, like, hey, dude, the mount survived awesome. The optic held up incredibly well, retained zero beautifully, no problems at all. But we broke the upper. He's like, oh, well, that's cool. He literally sent Jeff a new upper just for the fact that, hey, dude, we used your gun. We broke your gun. That's the kind of people I like to do business with.
Definitely.
They stand behind the product, even a product that wasn't theirs. Right. But even though we used another product of theirs in the testing and destroyed it, they're like, yeah, that's cool. We'll get them out another upper just, as a, hey, thank you for doing this and sacrificing your gun to prove that our mounts work. So that's just another reason that I prefer to do business with these guys. They're just upstanding people. So, from MROs to T1s to RMRs, they've got mounts for those. ACOGs. One of my favorite, I run a lot of magnified optics, as we obviously saw in the last video that we did with all the Trijicon AccuPower and AccuPoints. So they're QD scope mounts. Rugged, fully adjustable, 12-sided nut. And they've got them everything from a 1-inch to a 30 mount to a 34 millimeter, including a standard height and a higher elevation one, which will allow you to clear lasers, or if you have a larger objective, such as something like a 44, 50 millimeter, which some guys like them for more light gathering and light transmission. So again, unlimited. All you have to do is figure out what you've got, what you need. They've got a mount for it.
And I think again, as rock solid as these mounts are, you're talking, they've got it listed $179 on these, $90 for a QD MRO mount. So again, budget friendly for sure,
Yeah, it has to be well priced, but it has to be well made. Exactly. And that's what they've found a great balance of. I mean, yeah, you can go out and spend $300 on a mount, $200 on a mount, from other makers, but why? When I don't have to, when I get the same repeatability, when I get the same durability and ruggedness, why would I want to spend an extra $100, $150 on something that I don't have to? So, yeah, there's even some mounts that they have for them that are a fixed mount with just a bolt lockdown. If you're even looking for something where you don't need QD, you mount it on your hunting gun or your mainstay coyote rifle, whatever it is you have, bolt it onto the gun, it's there, and there's no need for a QD. So, again, it's just limitless of what you want, even to their scope rings. I mean, when you take a look at it, come on this way. So, and even when we start talking about optic mounts, 1-inch scope rings, a higher offset to compensate for mounting an optic on the M4 or on your AR-15. Even better, $69 for a set. They bolt on, they lock down, very rigid and strong. Even the one-piece mount, 1-inch and 30s in these as well. These are the bolt-on variations, and $100, $69 for a good set of rings. Guys often skimp on their rings.
Yeah.
Dude, the most important part of mounting that optic to the gun to ensure the ultimate in accuracy is those rings.
Definitely.
And again, the price point's great. They work extremely well. I've had zero shift issues through countless thousands of rounds on my guns. Absolutely drop dead happy with them. No complaints whatsoever. And again, budget price pointed for a lot of people. Why would you go out and spend $60 or, on a set of cheapy rings from a big box store when you can turn around and spend the same price and get truly good, rugged, fitted machine rings?
Yeah,
Not
sometimes, you're definitely paying for the name, the brand image. I
Sure.
think if you're looking for just a rock solid option. And another thing I really like about Midwest is they're very lightweight minded. They're always considering weight in mind. So a lot of their things are super thin, light, low profile, and I really like that as well. So.
Yeah, and they don't sacrifice the reliability or the durability by going to thinner and lighter.
Yeah.
It's just they've got a great strategy with it. They make incredibly good products. As we see here, it's absolutely unlimited, and even accessories from other companies. A lot of Magpul equipment. They definitely stay, again, with top quality components in their builds and their accessories and what they offer to their customers.
No, definitely. Well, let's go take a look at some of the guns they got on the wall, huh?
Absolutely.
So, wall of rifles, case of handguns. Steve, I'm looking at this wall. What's your favorite gun up here? It's got to be the Jaeger rifle, right?
No. Who wants an 18-inch barrel gun? That's silly. I'm just teasing, James. No, personally for me, obviously the Sentinel Concepts rifle, near and dear to my heart. I have several Midwest guns in my collection that I use often. Anybody who's been in the classes, that is the guard shop dog. He's just awesome. And for me, honestly, options are better. The more options you have to fit a particular need or a role that you have, that's great. I started out my MI career by shooting their Minuteman rifle. Absolutely a great gun,
rifle.
One of my favorites. I've had nothing but great luck with that gun. I have one particularly that has about 17,000 rounds through it now, and I got that gun probably in 2013-ish time frame. But personally, out of everything up here besides the Signature Series rifle, has to be their 308. Today's market, dudes, everybody's come out with a 308 rifle. They offer it in a 16, an 18, and a 20-inch gun in different precision variants. For me personally, I love the 16-inch gun. I've had mine out to 750 so far. I haven't headed out much past that because of range limitations of where I've been. I think, honestly, though, the next one I'm going to go to is this 20-incher. I'm going to set this bad boy up, get it all decked out with probably like a 4-16 from Trijicon. That'll be my mainstay precision gun. The accuracy is phenomenal. It does everything that I could ever ask it to do, and complete with a Magpul PRS stock, Raptor charging handle, fully railed gun set up at $2,150. And that's their current shop price on it. The beauty of it is it still comes in well under by several $100s from other makers with better quality, I personally feel, and attention to the detail and the barrel.
Yeah. And again, it's one of those rifles that you throw the optic on, you throw some light, maybe a bipod leg on there, and it's done. So, yeah, I think you're going to be hard-pressed to beat that price for the quality that you get right out of the box.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you look at the variations, obviously this one, because of the PRS stock, some of the other accessories, the Raptor charging handle, the Magpul furniture, that does bring up the price point a little bit. But then you get into like the standard 18-inch gun, comes in at $16,39, and it still has Magpul furniture on it.
Well, they do something special to these guns too, because that's how you were shooting it so fast and keeping it on target so well. If you haven't seen our other video, go check back. There's a lot of hate in the comments.
There was a lot of hate in the comments because
shooting light loads.
Shooting light loads and adjustable gas block and all kinds of stupid shit that people on the internet shouldn't talk about because they just don't shoot, and that's why they can't shoot as well, because they don't practice and they don't come to class to learn. But for me, the 308 with the 16-inch barrel is kind of my all-purpose rifle. Super accurate, no complaints at all. They just make a solid, good quality product. And anytime you can get in the shop and talk to the people actually building the gun, finding out the magic behind it, why wouldn't you?
No. Well, there you have it, guys. Hanging with Steve again at Midwest Industries. So if you want more information on any of this, or if you're local to Wisconsin, check out MidwestIndustriesInc.com. Appreciate you coming out, buddy. What do you got coming up?
A lot of classes. Been on a big road trip coast to coast here for the past 2 weeks. and then back again, getting ready to start ramping up pretty heavy now. Texas, Michigan, Virginia. It's going to be a nonstop training schedule. It's going to be for the next about 3 months straight. I'm just going to be on the road hopping from city to city, state to state.
Well, if you guys are looking for some good training in the 2016 season, be sure to check out SentinelConcepts.com.
You'll be able to shoot the Midwest guns. We'll have the Sentinel Concepts rifle there. I'll have a couple of the other ones as well, so dudes can check out a whole lineup of them. You're more than happy to shoot them at the class. Bring your ammo, shoot the gun. They'll all be zeroed to have optics on them. Even if you don't have a carbine and you want to learn about it and you want to shoot them, come to the Essential Carbine class. We'll break you guys in. We'll get you doing it right the first time, and you'll most likely end up buying one of these rifles.
Well, there you have it, guys. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you could share the information with your friends, we'd really appreciate it. We'll see you next time.